Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, what a Wednesday we are having in this XRP ecosystem. In fact, right now there is a major buzz going all around the interwebs about XRP. And in fact, I think it's the CEO of SBI Holdings Inc., which is Tomoya Asakura. Now, I might have just butchered that name, but needless to say, he's coming out and he's made this profound statement that XRP is a generational, it's not just any other crypto, it is a generational wealth transfer. Now, these guys, come on, you're talking SBI, one of the major banks in Japan, and how it has tentacles all around the wide world. And this is the CEO talking about XRP and the power it brings and the generational wealth that it is going to bring to the wide world. That, guys, right there is one major validation. And I'm going to put the article right down in here. You can read this for yourself. But it is a big time deal. A lot of these major CEOs that have been kind of quiet for a good while and not really saying anything, guys, I think we're going to start hearing more and more and more of this as more and more of these major banks around the wide world start to acknowledge their relationships that they have built out utilizing XRP. Now, I know this, in Canada, practically every one of the major five, that's Royal Bank, TD, CIBC, different ones like that, Scotiabank, well, they're all partners with Ripple. And this is the thing. So many of these investors have come and say, there's no banks partnering with Ripple. That is utter hogwash. The fact is that Ripple has reached out and partnered with so many global financial institutions, and the escrow, the NDAs that are included in that escrow, I don't believe that Ripple really holds it all. Oh, they might manage it all. I don't think they own it all, guys. I think when we went through the lawsuit, one big deal that came out of that lawsuit that we found out was there are 1,700 non-disclosure agreements with Ripple and major financial institutions around the wide world. Now, that right there spoke totally volumes about what's going on in this space. And I think all is going to be revealed, and in a very short time. David Schwartz just came out this week and said, listen, guys, we're only a couple of months away from seeing major implementation of this new ecosystem and how it is going to impact all of us. David Schwartz was actually saying out there that, look, when the integration comes and we see everybody and their dog using it, do you think that they're going to even care about, these seed phrases and stuff like that? No, it is going to be so seamless and profound that you're not even going to be thinking like that. It's kind of like, back in the day when you would load your programs, load them onto your computer and stuff like that. Well, now we don't do that. Now we got thin clients and all these other mechanisms to do stuff. In fact, there's nobody out there really writing code for websites anymore. AI can build you a better website in 5 minutes than you could pay someone $5,000 or $10,000 and spend weeks and weeks on it. That's kind of the deal. We are getting to absolutely a turning point in this space, and it's going to come upon the wide world so quickly that most people that are, sitting on the sidelines, it is going to blow them away. Now, for the average folk, it's going to be seamless. It's going to be like these cell phones right here that you and I are holding in our hands. These smartphones, they came out there in 2007. And the fact of the matter is, almost everybody, right down to the kindergartners, know how to use a smartphone. Well, when they first came out, guys, it was a big time learning curve for a lot of people. Now it's just as average as can be. In fact, this right here, where you and I are able to converse in the sense of, doing this social media. Here I am recording on 4K, if you can believe that, on a device I can hold right in the palm of my hand. That is amazing. But guys, we're not thinking of the innovation and the invention that's going to come, the major players, the infrastructure that's already been laid, and how for most people, they're just going to transition right into it. Well, you and I, we're investing in the protocols that it is going to run on. Can you just imagine the value? That's why you're watching these major CEOs come out and make these declarations that this is generational wealth transfer. But it seems like there's also these other ones out there They want to FUD you out of it. They don't want you waking up to the reality of how you and I can front run all these major players out there on Wall Street, which we've never been able to do. It is going to be absolutely monumental. Now, having said all that, we are right at the threshold of another major move in XRP in the marketplace. Now, a lot of folks have pointed out the fact that in prior bull runs, we've seen these big corrective dips right before it literally fires off. And that is, I think, where we are. A lot of TA guys are coming out and saying that. And I was reading an article from Steph's Crypto, how he was actually pointing out the fact that, look, from where we are, from whence we came, we are literally right there. This thing could fire off big, 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 and really absolutely change the fortunes of so many. Now, a lot of people, in those times when it dipped down like that, it shook them out. They capitulated their positions, could not handle it. And in fact, some of the people that had been in the space for a very long time, and then bang, it really just changed. The whole trajectory of it changed. And that's where we're at. And I do believe that we could see some major numbers up there into the mid, double digits. Now, the thing is this, the triple digits, the quadruple digits, do I think that those can potentially come? Yes, I do. But of course, it's going to be in that environment like what David Schwartz was describing. In the environment where we got all the application, all the adoption, all the integration, the whole system is running on the rails, and it is just going like clickety boom. Well, in that environment, you had better believe, I think that there are going to be people that are going to look back and say to themselves, my, oh my, can you even believe that you could buy XRP at $3? I genuinely do believe that. And I think that that day is coming. Now, will it come this cycle or will it be the next? That's the thing. And by the way, if let's say in this cycle, we get to a peak and it starts to retrace like that, in a quote unquote bear market. Now, I'm not a big proponent of the 4-year cycle theory, guys. I just don't really buy it. I don't think that these things have to be, 4 years of bear market and all this I just don't think it has to be like that, because I think the environment can tell us where we are, right? And if we see that this thing does retrace, is it going to be dropping to 80 to 90% like it has in times past? I really don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because the wind behind its sails, guys. It may very well retrace 20, 30, maybe 40%, but I don't think we're going to see any 80 or 90% drop. And when it retraces like that, guys, it's my belief that it's just pulling back, on that slingshot. You're just pulling back the strap to let it go again, and it will fire off. And the reason I believe that is because of the infrastructure, because I do believe we're going to see the adoption, because, guys, the ETFs are going to get listed, because of all those reasons and rationales. That's why I'm looking down the road. And this is where getting your strategic plan in place is so vitally important. And for Judy and I, we've done it. We've got it all planned out of what we're going to see. And I'm telling you what, guys, we've got that ticket. And like I love to say, we want you strapped right beside us, because in this rocket ship ride, I believe we're going to go right through the atmosphere, way past the moon, and straight through Jupiter. I think is going to be mind-bending what we will eventually see down the road. Now, the thing is this, we don't know how long it's going to take us to get there. I think it's going to be sooner than what a lot of people think. Maybe it could be 12 to 18 months. But guys, I believe that is our destination. I absolutely do. And I'm in agreement with, I think it's Tomoya Asakura, who is the CEO of SBI Holdings, Inc. over there in Japan. Absolutely agree. This is going to probably represent the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind. And what absolutely boggles my mind is just how many people are going to literally miss it. And why are they going to miss it? Well, they're drinking the Kool-Aid, guys. They're buying it. They're either totally oblivious to what's going on, or their bias is keeping them from it. Or they've been flooded out with all the fear, the uncertainty, and doubt. I mean, you name it, it's all right there. We could literally write a book. I mean, and I suspect, by the way, it would not surprise me if we see books written about this period in time right here, or movies made. Remember The Big Short, that movie that was made over the whole 2008 and 9 deal? Guys, it would not surprise me. We see some movies made about this next move that is going to transition this economy into something that most people have not even imagined yet. And I think it's going to make the fortunes of so many. And boy, I'll tell you what, do I ever want you to be in that crowd. And that's why I'm encouraging you all the time. Look, you're getting my 100% biased opinion, as I love to say. Guys, I say that because I hope to get you out there and motivate you to be out there researching it and getting your ducks in a row right there. I'll tell you what. So guys, until tomorrow, we have another absolutely amazing video for you. Have a fabulous one and take care.